So 2026 sees the return of Suzuki's GSX-R1000R, and it promises to be better than ever before. So admittedly, from 20 yards away, you might be thinking this is pretty much the same package as what got pulled from the scene a couple of years ago. And you'd be right, because actually underneath that new liveried fairing and those carbon winglets that have been bolted onto the side of it is pretty much the same bike as what came before. But Suzuki's been busy fettling away, especially at the engine, to make sure not only is it greener and cleaner, but that it's still every bit as potent. For context, we're talking about a new crankshaft, new conrods, new pistons, new camshafts, an increased compression ratio, new throttle bodies, revised intake tunnels, and a whole new exhaust system too. They've literally gone to town on this thing, and despite the fact that it actually makes a little bit less power than what it did before, it's remarkable that they've been able to turn this bike around. The last time it was on the market, it was Euro 4 compliant. They've now jumped all the way up to Euro 5 plus. It's a big old step, and to do that and still retain 195 brake horsepower is really quite impressive. Engine side, Suzuki have been grafting away in lots of other areas as well, including the electronic suite. So as was the case before, the bike's got different power modes, traction levels, anti-wheelie, etc. But it's also got a new feature called roll torque control. That's a package that's in place to limit the amount of power to the rear wheel according to your lean angle. So the further leant over you are, the more limited that torque is going to be to the rear wheel in a bid to keep you safe. It's that simple. It's a great sounding piece of tech, and it's the pioneering new feature on the motorcycle. Unfortunately, there's no advancement with the dash. It's the same unit as before. When all said and done, if that's what it takes to keep this bike affordable, yet still every bit as capable, then I'll take that as a win. Suzuki hasn't actually released a price for this unit in the UK just yet, but if you're at Motorcycle Live, you can go and see this bike in the flesh and speak to guys from Suzuki and ask those awkward questions about the pricing. And if you get an answer out of them, make sure to let us know.